Well, here's another video. Yeah, I feel like writing and the videos are going to be awesome to this portion of my story, whether I decide to do something with it or not. It's for me. I'll compile it. It's going to be my first year clean, and I don't have to worry about the grammar in this, or the spelling for that matter. So I'm just going to keep doing it. Man, great. I was just thinking gratitudes, because I was thinking about today. I wrote about this today. Here I'm headed to work. I got, my clothes are clean. I did a little workout before I came in or before I got in my car. And, I do that every day. And I'm not saying you have to go to the gym every day, but do something. And I'm talking to myself, but anybody who wants to listen to this, I'm doing push-ups, right? Do fucking squats. Go walk around the block. I think for me, that whole thought process of like, okay, I'm going to get a gym membership. And then like, you think about like, well, for me, I have to get up, go get the kids ready, get them on the bus or take them to school, depending on, what I feel like doing. And it's a combination of both, because I don't want to take over from the bus. They need that. But then I go back to the house, the other house, right? Because I'm staying at a sober living, and going to the house that I'm paying rent for, so the kids have a roof over their head while I'm figuring out my shit. While I'm working towards my shit, not figuring out. But it's not like I can take an hour and go to the gym. And that's an excuse, right? I could wake up at 4. Am I going to? Probably not. I'm not Kobe Bryant. I'm not fucking, The Rock. I'm not none of those people. I'm 45 years old, who's been addicted to drugs most of his life, and I've got 71 days clean. So, for me to have that mentality of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wake, I'm gonna do like, Eric Thomas says, or some of these people say, wake up earlier than the stock market. That shit ain't happening for me right now. Would I like it to be that way? Sure. But I've liked it to be that way for years. That doesn't mean I'm doing it. But what I am doing is what's most important, at least for me. And so I'll do, push-ups. I started with only being able to do 20, and now I can do 50, and I do 4 sets of those, and then I do some in the evening if I'm, logged onto a Zoom in between shares. Making sure I don't miss the message, because I don't want to just do that while it's in the background. That shouldn't be background stuff. But, I share my recovery on there too. But, I thought about it, and I remember maybe like a year ago, maybe like 8 or 9 or 7 months ago. I don't know exactly when, but I thought about it, and I remember scrolling through my photos, and I remember seeing 70-something days. And I remember thinking, how the fuck am I going to get there now? I'm not, I can't, there's no way, right? Because, I'm living at home, and that's going on, and I'm not going to just put that on the video, but it's making it real tough. It's that barbershop shit. And if you don't know, then you won't know. But, I'm blaming that. I'm telling myself that, like, how the hell did I get there? Now I'm questioning the fact that, how did I get there when I know how I got there? And I wrote something, yesterday it was enough is enough. And I used to beat myself up saying, enough is enough. And now I got to tell myself when I don't feel like it's enough or I'm enough, enough is enough. It's more than enough, right? That's the gratitude, not the stressor that my brain, or, as some people say, the disease, which is in my brain, tells me it's not, tells me I'm not. But not only that, but, I'm doing more than I did when I got clean the first time, and I'm doing less than I did when I got clean the first time, right? Loosening my grip, but strengthening it in the right places. And not holding on too tight, because enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. So I'm making 90 and 90. I didn't do that last time. I made 3 or whatever. I moved to an Oxford. I'm living in a sober living, but I don't miss a meeting. And you know, just to be clear, on Halloween, I went to the Halloween event, and you know, I just by the time I got out of the Halloween event and then hung out with my kids and watched a movie, I fell asleep. Now, I beat myself up a little bit about that, and then the next day I made 2. But, you know, and I talked to people in recovery, and I talked to my sponsor about it. And all of them said that I'm doing great. But it just wasn't good enough for me. I felt like, fuck, man, I missed that meeting. But I still made it in any event. I was still around a group of people in a room, recovery-based, right? Enough is enough, right? And not only that, the next day I fucking still, I made 2 meetings. I told myself, you know, fucking, what I'm not going to do is, you know, 90 and 30 or 90 and 60. It's not 90 meetings. It's 90 days. A meeting a day, right? And so I'm good with where I'm at in that. And I haven't, and there's been days that I've made 2. You know, I had a struggle not too long ago. Somebody shared something with me, and I was in a meeting. When I was getting out of the meeting, it was shared with me about a situation where people got loaded and they were involved, and so I reached out, nobody answered, and I'm logged in, and then I shared about it, and so, you know, I don't know what says recovery, but that, you know, that's recovery. That's the, you know, the recovery is the action. It's not just staying clean, right? Although staying clean is a form of recovery. It's recovery. I hear people say all the time that recovery, clean time doesn't equal recovery. And it's real easy for somebody to say that with, you know, 71 days. And I also heard somebody say, get some and then let's talk, right? So I believe in both, right? I believe that people could have a lot of clean time and they're fucking doing bullshit. The recovery is in the prayer that, you know, but the prayer of take my will in my life, guide me in my recovery, and show me how to live. And I had a conversation with somebody where people in the meetings always say clean, and I like it better when you just say show me how to live, because the clean part has to be, yes, we're clean and we're doing recovery so we can live clean and live better. I didn't come into this just to not use drugs. I came in this because of the way I am. And so, you know, I don't want to make this too long. This will be the longest, and I love to talk, right, because of that self-centeredness, and I still got to do my prayers. But I will say this. I'm grateful today. You know, I don't know about tomorrow. Hopefully I am. I know yesterday I was. And I know the day before I was. Today I am. Today I'm grateful for my recovery, because I'm working a program. I'm grateful for the way I feel, because I'm taking care of my body, and I'm mentally, spiritually, and physically, and because I'm doing that financially, I'm able to take care of and you know, I'm stressed. Yesterday my check came in, it was $0. You know, I had to reach out to the powers that be to see if I could take a loan, and I'll pay that back with my next checks. Now, this is a higher power situation. Will they do it for me? Will they not? If they don't, then they don't. I'm stressed to the max about it, but I'm still fucking grateful that I'm clean. And I'm grateful that I have an opportunity to be stressed about something that I have to put on my higher power. And it's not one of those things that I just stress about it and I don't reach out or do the things I need to do to see if I can get that. I'm stressed out because I've done those things and I don't know what's going to happen. And that's the higher power. I wouldn't have that if I was fucking loaded and I called in and then I asked for that, right? So you can do it. I love you, Rodney. Today's a great day, and it's going to be an even better day. And guess what? A bunch of bad shit's going to happen today. There's going to be some, not bad, but there's going to be some shit I don't like that happens today. I guarantee it. there's not, great, but there usually is. There's a nice blend of good and bad, and I get to choose what I want to call it. And usually those bad things are the moments I get to like pray or use acceptance or faith or whatever the fuck it's going to be to work through it. And so, hey, we'll see what happens. No matter what happens, that's what was intended to happen by my HP, by my higher power, by HP. That's a word joke, you guys. I don't know if some of you won't get that don't get this, or will get that don't get this. But anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later, and I'll see you soon, Rodney.